Hey guys, it's Mario here from the Pain and Performance Clinic in Sea Green and Sea Wellness's Functional Osteopath. So I wanted to talk about running injuries in this little video blog because unfortunately, as much as we've been getting outside and it's been really important to do that for our mindset and getting out into nature, we've been picking up injuries. So I've been tending to see two types of injuries happening during this period. The first one will be more to do with just an acute trauma, like going over on your ankle, and it's just like, what do we do with that? So here, hopefully, are some tips for that. Now, I tend to suggest and advise that within the first 24 hours, get a contrast of ice and heat onto that area. The ice is going to work as an analgesia, and so we're going to get some pain relief from the area, but also we want to facilitate and assist the inflammation that's playing out. And that's where heat's going to be really useful as well. So this really comes back down to principles in physiology, and it's to do with our connective tissue. So we've got something called our extracellular matrix, where there's a lot of cells and a lot of the collagen fibers that are interspersed to make up the integrity of the tissue. So that cellular exchange is very important. So when we actually sprain our ankle, for example, we're going to get an immediate response from our lymphatic system to dump a lot of immune cells and inflammatory cells into the area to facilitate that healing response straight away. So we want that to play out, but we just want to try and sort of tame the beast a little bit. So from an anti-inflammatory point of view as well, from a natural standpoint, I tend to use doTERRA products in clinic. The deep blue lotion, the cobalt oil is fantastic. You can do it yourself, but even get a partner just to kind of work those two products into the area that hurts. It can be really useful. Supplementation wise, omega-3s is going to be really useful as well. So what do we do after that? It's just like, how long do I rest it? Now, really within 24 hours, we need to start moving that. And each joint, again, come back to principles, has a triplanar motion. It will move backwards and forwards, side to side, and a rotational component. So we want to facilitate that, and especially in the lines of the fault where maybe you damage the tissue, and we tend to sort of steer away from maybe actually just putting any load through that. And that's critical. It comes back to connective tissue again. You've got fibroblast cells that actually will start to lay down within sort of, hours of actually the injury. And if those cells are actually laying down in an irregular pattern, okay, we're probably going to get some physiological, neurological effects maybe down the line where you're starting to compensate for that ankle, which is then going to feed into you're maybe getting left knee pain for no real reason, and it could be stemming from that right ankle injury. And that's the non-sort of trauma injury that I tend to see in clinic, and that's where we've got to dig a little bit deeper to think, well, why are they getting this? What are they maybe compensating from? But back to the trauma type of things, yeah, we want to get low through that as quickly as possible. So you just got to be smart about this, It's just like, I might just want to take the load off the ankle, but start to get some movement from it. And I can actually just sort of move my body left and right, which may be creating some chain reaction responses down into the tissue. It'd be really useful. After that, we might be thinking, oh, that feels fine. We might go a little bit more local and actually sort of see what the different directions do. And you're thinking, oh, that feels not too bad. And then you can actually sort of take that into a higher load. So again, we might start to rotate left and right. And if you actually look how my body is moving, it's going to create a reaction down to the ankle. And that's going to be really important for the nervous system to say, you know what, it's safe to actually load that tissue. And then we can start to change the speeds. So we've got all these different variables. I can even go toe touch actually in that ankle now. I can put a bit more weight through it. I can start to rotate again. I can actually start to use a bit of a knee driver just to sort of get some more movement through there. So it's just being smart, but it's key to get moving and just use a couple of those sort of principles that I've sort of talked about. So if you've got any questions on this, obviously feel free to get in contact with me. More than happy to sort of dive into more sort of tips and stuff. But just a couple of really useful things that I thought you might find useful. So you guys take care, and I will hopefully speak to you soon. Okay, cheers.